Right then, folks, we're still in the hunt for the playoffs coming up towards the Christmas period. We've got two huge games against two fallen giants in today's episode. Hello guys, David here and welcome back to episode number 53 of Hometown Hero here with Salisbury FC. In today's episode, as I mentioned, we're going to be going up against two of football's fallen giants, up against Portsmouth and up against Sunderland. You will notice on the top left there is a game against Blackpool. In the middle, I'm going to skip out that one because I did promise you guys in the last episode I'd do Portsmouth and Sunderland. But as you can see, we're on a massive run of 5 home games in a row, which is quite fun. Since you've been last with us, we've been all right. We've not been too bad. Last 2 games we played were against Wigan and Crawley. Of course, 2 draws in those. We did follow that with a really nice 5-1 victory against Walsall, lost to Colchester, beat Exeter, and then got knocked out of the Papa John's trophy against Aston Villa under 23s, which realistically I wasn't bothered about anyway, to be completely honest. The fact that 700 people attended and it was all home fans tells you kind of what I think of that trophy. Not the most, what's the word? Tantalising fixtures you'll ever see in your entire life. That's not the word I was looking for, but we'll go with it anyway. Before we get into those, I just want to show you a couple of goals. One of them was in the Walsall game, I believe. I want to show you, I think it was Neil Rowland's final goal for this one, which was an absolute perler. There was 5, so we'll see them all anyway, because it'd be good fun. I also want to show you the own goal from the game against the Aston Villa under 23s, because it was interesting, is probably the way I would put it. But you can see we actually scored some really nice goals in this game against Walsall. You see Sam Roper getting a nice early goal, which you like to see. Putting himself on the score sheet. Got a couple in this game. Neil Rowland got 3. Lovely balling from Diaz. There you see Rowland getting his first goal of the game. And we really bossed this game, considering the fact that we are newly promoted with Walsall. I was really impressed with how he got on. You see Neil Rowland's getting his second goal. There is one of these. I'm pretty sure it's Rowland's final goal where he just puts in a lovely finish. That was when I got a little bit worried. That was, you see, that was 85th minute. And I think it's the one after this one. Yeah, this is Rodber's goal. And then this next goal is an absolute beauty. I'm going to slow it down so you can see it in a bit more glory because we're running a little bit quickly at the moment. So let's just slow it down so you can see it. Ball comes over the top. Diaz nicks it off of the Walsall defender. Lovely little ball through. And then look at this for competence and confidence from that man, Neil Rowlands. Dinks it in from a most beautiful of angles. I don't want to see it again. I've got to be honest. And then what I'll do is I'll also show you the most stupid own goal I think I've ever seen in Football Manager history from Jordan Zamora. Because I watched this and I was a little bit like, what's happening here? Look at this. That shot is going so far wide and somehow it comes off of Zamora's backside and goes in the back of the net. We'll watch it once more so you can see it again. You see the ball thrown in by Douglas. A little bit of bouncing around. Comes back to Yaya. And then it's not going anywhere near the goal. But somehow it ends up going in. And then Dan Brennan scores quite a nice... Oh no, sorry, he didn't score the free kick. I forgot about that. Rowlands kind of tucks it away. But yeah, there you go. A little bit of fun for you. A couple of goals just to keep you up to date. Now, we'll go into the game against Portsmouth. We're currently sitting 7th in the table. We do have a game in hand, which is quite nice. If we win that by 2 clear goals, we'll go at least level on points and goal difference with Oxford. We might go above them courtesy of goals scored, but I don't think we will. No, we've conceded a lot less than them. In fact, we've conceded the least in the league, which is awesome. I didn't notice that. That's cracking stuff from the defence there. So yeah, win this one. We've got a chance of going into the playoffs. Win another couple and we go even closer to the playoffs and potentially up towards the automatic promotion spots as well, which would be rather nice indeed. But anyway, let's get into the game against Portsmouth. So the team I'm going to be putting out for this one is a little bit changed. We've had suspensions, we've had injuries, we've had all sorts. I think there's some international duty as well. So we've got a few things to kind of get squared away, but it's going to be a Conquer in goal. Lovell, Hughes, Jones, Sutcliffe and Kessler is the back four. Kessler should not be playing. Oh yeah, he should be playing as fullback. I forget he's better at that now. Stretch Armstrong, Perry, Doherty and Thistleton is the midfield four. Rowlands and Rodber up top. We'll switch those 2 around so they're in more familiar positions for their playing styles. Yeah, so we've lost, as you can see here, Brennan out injured for 5 to 6 weeks. Butterfield suspended. Seisei Zamora are both on international duty, one with Sierra Leone and one with Zimbabwe. That's the one. And Danny Edwards has gone out on loan to Dagenham Redbridge. So actually, let's just pop him. Little thing I always do, pop him into the under 23s. So it doesn't get in the way. I know you could filter them out, but it's more fun that way. Cool. So let's get into the game. Let's get this done. We're running a pretty standard team. Only 4 changed in the last match, but it was a Papa John's Trophy game. So we rung the changes through for that one because obviously we're not too fussed about that trophy. We'll also be getting into the FA Cup in a couple of weeks as well, I think. So we'll be interested to see who we face up in that. Right, then we're underway. I had to edit that out because a little sneeze came through. But nonetheless, we'll carry on. An early highlight. Pompey are currently sitting top of the table. So this is a big clash, of course, two southwesterly teams. I wouldn't call it a South Coast derby because obviously Salisbury not being on the coast as much. I also thought about calling it the M27 derby, but that wouldn't work either. But Neil Rowlands, early goal for Rowlands. Sam Rodber doing his best Darren Owen impression. You love to see it. Header over the top, and Rowlands picks that up and absolutely thunder punts it into the goal. I said punt, by the way, in case those of you thinking I said anything naughty. Nice little flick on, picks it up. He hit that from such a height as well. How he's got over that and punted it in is absolutely nobody's business. But I'm not complaining because that is a huge, huge goal given the circumstances. Because Portsmouth, as I said before, top of the table, looking pretty cosy up there. But at the moment, 1-0 down to the newly promoted side. I'm still baffled as to how we're managing to do what we are so far this season, and I hope it continues. Ball across to Daly, that's blocked. Keeper's there. Oh, Conquo didn't quite get to it. And Anthony Spiriou, I think that's how you pronounce it, does get a goal. It's level in the game. 1-1 now. This is a nicely worked bit of ball. You can see there's the quality that Portsmouth have, being obviously a top of the table side. And I feel Conquo might have been a bit unsighted there. I wonder if Sutcliffe has got in the way. Obviously, there's nothing much you can do with it. It's hard to kind of get away from that. But still, 1-1 at this point of the game, I'm pleased with. I will absolutely take that. I'll bite your arm off for that. And that is not a very good defensive display from Hughes Jones. And now I'm a little bit disappointed. Because that from Hughes Jones was really disappointing. You watch him here. He should be on this man. He's just let Spiriou go right the way past him. Passed the ball into Tate. I feel like Kessler probably should have gone for the slide there. If I was the one in the game, I probably would have gone and absolutely clattered the bloke. Probably would have given away a penalty and got sent off, but that's by the by. And yeah, turned on its head. And I was about to say, please don't make it 3. It's actually hit the post. Goodness me. Yeah, Portsmouth aren't a bad team so this season, I don't think. They're obviously bouncing around. I can only assume they're bouncing around the Championship and League One anyway, because you'd have expected them to be a little bit higher up given their infrastructure and things like that. And that is a fantastic save from Arthur Okonkwo to keep it at 2-1. To make it 2-1? It's not quite right. To keep it at 2-1, Iturbe whips the corner in. It's a ball across Berry. I think that was got on the end of it, but it looped over the crossbar. And yeah, we're on the ropes a little bit now. Portsmouth are really turning the screw and they're really starting to make a lot of chances. Sutcliffe gets that one clear. It's only as far as a Portsmouth player though. And we're back under the cosh again. Hopefully though, we can get this one away. It doesn't look like we will though. We're struggling a bit. Stretch Armstrong putting Rafferty under some pressure. Oh, I thought Rowlands was going to get to that then. He nearly did. Hopefully he can this time. He doesn't. Still bouncing around. It looks like one of those. That's a bit of decent play. And Spiriou, what a perler that is. I mean, you can't say any fairer than that, but I just feel like we had such a strong start to this game. We got ourselves into it. We got that early goal, and now it's just not really going our way at all. Conquo ball forwards. Rodber can't get on the end of it. And I don't really have much else to say, which is a rarity. Berry, Tate, all across. Oh, again, it got so much space. Absolutely massive amounts of space they're being afforded here at the moment. And oh my goodness me. Whew. That was very, very close. Okonkwo just didn't seem to react, which was really scary. Stretch Armstrong, though, finds Doherty. Rodber. Stretch Armstrong once more. Back to Doherty. We're playing it around nicely. We need a bit of this. We need to get a bit of the ball. Start to get a foothold back in the game. Stretch Armstrong. Oh, it goes wide of the mark. Not the best effort in the world from our left winger. He's, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed with Stretch because he's not really done as much as I would have expected. I'm not even going to tell the lads I've got faith because we've just been absolutely turned over after that early goal. We almost scored a bit too early. Another ball in, Sutcliffe gets it away. Perry's going to get on the end of it, which is what we need. Need these counter-attacking chances. Can he find a player? He can't, but Rodber picks it up. Can he take a shot? Oh, he does, and Ripley tips it over in goal. Oh, just thought that might have been the way back into the game. Perry with the ball in. Rodber's there. Doesn't get on the end of it. Doherty's going to pick it up, though. Hopefully the highlight's going to continue. And it's going to be a chance again. Lovell. It's just not the best ball in that you'll see in the world. And yeah, you can see, I think what's becoming obvious is you can see the difference in class and quality between these two sides. Rodber just over the top of the crossbar. Goodness me. I think we need to bring off Stretch Armstrong. He's not really put much into this game. We'll bring on the ever disappointed Miles Hemmings, who's been pissing and moaning about the fact he's not got a new contract, even though he declined the one I offered him, and that is not a goal you should be conceding. Not a good game for Arthur Okonkwo. I don't think that rating does justice to how we've seen him play, because we know he's better than that, and this feels like one of those goals that shouldn't have gone in. Lovely tackle in the first place. I'm not sure what happened with Okonkwo there. Definitely should have got some hands on that. Very disappointed indeed. Thistleton not turned up at all. No, to be honest, the only one who looks like he has according to the ratings is our man Arthur Okonkwo. But like I say, I just don't think he's done much. Front two have played all right. Not much else. We might as well go for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring off Alfie Doherty in the middle. We'll put Aaron Owen up top and we'll play... we'll play three... For God's sake. Right, make it bigger so it's easier. We'll play Aaron Owen in the middle. There we go. That's what I wanted. He can be our attacking target man, so he can sit a bit further forwards. Perry can still play where he is at the middle there. And then we'll go... We might as well just go very attacking. We might as well just throw caution to the wind and see if we can get a couple of goals just to not ruin the goal difference as much. Is probably the best way to explain it. Ball comes forward from Kessler, not the best in the world. Thistleton picks it up. Doherty's there. Rowlands digs over the keeper. Oh, it's been disallowed for offside. I mean, to be honest, I didn't think it was going to be onside. It looked like he was miles ahead of the goalkeeper, of the defensive line, and it turns out he was. But Genesini finds Aaron Owen. Sutcliffe ball over the top. Can he find Rowlands? Someone in the middle. Aaron Owen's there. Oh, it's come off the defender. There is still time to get a goal in and get ourselves back in with a shout here. Demand more. Shout at that. Rowlands picks it up from the throw and Hemmings is there. Oh, it's a free kick again. Rowlands offside for the second time. We're starting to create now. We're just not creating chances that are going to count. It's ridiculous. Ball comes forward. Hughes Jones picks it up. Hemmings on the left-hand side. He's actually not taller than I thought he was. Aaron Owen. Rodber. Can he find someone? He finds Hemmings. Aaron Owen! Come on! We're back in with a shout. Get that bloody ball. Get the ball. Don't do your bloody celebrations. There's still a chance here. There's absolutely still a chance. And Hemmings finds Aaron Owen, pings it to Rodber, who actually feeds it to Hemmings, who gives it back to Aaron Owen. That is a nice finish from the big man. Good touch for a big man. It's his third goal of the season, I think. He scored one in one of the games I played offline in between these two episodes. And what worries me is the fact that Sunderland are now ahead of us in the table. So all of that good run we've been on, where we've been unbeaten, get a couple of draws, a couple of wins here and there, is starting to unravel a little bit. And we've got good teams that we're up against. So Blackpool in the middle of these two is a penalty. It's a penalty. Goodness me. Spiriou for... Oh, I was about to say Spiriou for another goal. Oh, Okonkwo double save. Oh, my word. I did not see that coming at all. That's where that rating's come from. That was an incredible little double save. I mean, the penalty was absolutely abysmal from Spiriou. Ball comes forward from, I think that was Kessler, but no one's going to get on the end of that. It's going to end up fizzling out. I mean, if we can get a goal now, there's always a chance, but it's going to be too little too late. I think Hughes Jones pings it forward. Oh, I thought Aaron Owen was getting on the end of that. And it's a ball forwards. Portsmouth on the break. Plays Aitchison. He's got a chance. Will he seal it? He doesn't. It stays as 4 minutes added on. So if that chance from Aaron Owen could have got to him, we might have been in with a chance. But we're not. And it's going to end, 4-2. I think them front three have got to be proud of what they've done, because they had a lot. They didn't have much to feed upon. I'm going to tell them I'm disappointed anyway, but they didn't have much to feed on. It was scraps, but they did manage to get a couple of goals nonetheless. It was just a case of we just didn't have the quality defensively, and that's a big disappointment. But we'll move on. We'll play the game against Blackpool offline, and we'll come back in a minute for the game against Sunderland. Don't go anywhere. Okie dokie then, folks. Midweek game against Blackpool. Drew 0-0. Bit of a torrid affair. It was one of those where I think we probably should have won, but we just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net due to offsides and just shocking misses. So, not ideal. Luke Butterfield, rather, is suspended for the next game. He got 2 yellow cards in that game, so he's out of this one. Team-wise, we have changed it up a little bit. Rollins is going to be in goal this time round because I have to balance the fact that both of my 2 first team goalkeepers want promises of game time. So I'm having to balance them both, which is really frustrating. And I do want to keep them both happy. So Rollins is playing in this one. Zamora, Lovell, Sutcliffe and Kessler is the back four. Zamora is back from international duty, as is Sese, but he's a bit tired. So we're not going to give him a game just yet. Diaz is going to be on the left. Perry, Doherty and Oko Flex are Stretch Armstrong on the right. Diaz is coming in because he's played really well in the games he has. He's actually had, if you see what he's been doing, although he's not the best in terms of attributes, he's actually been probably one of our best players of the season in the 5 games he's played, which is quite fun. So 4 assists in 5 games is nothing to sniff about. So keeping him back, or bringing him back in, and then it's Aaron Owen and Sam Robber up top. Owen comes in instead of Rollins, who is not really featured a huge amount and not really played well in the last few games either. So giving Aaron Owen a chance to get himself back in. I'm trying my hardest to get in the strongest possible team we have, but to be honest, in fact, I'm going to make one more change because Lovell's just not been up to it recently. So Andy Janieva is going to come in replacement of him because I want to try and get the best informed team we have, because that's when we do well. See, if players are informed, they're playing well. So you want to try and keep them in the squad wherever you can. So I'm trying my best to keep it a bit rotated, try and mix it up a little bit, try and get the good players playing as much as we can. But good players in terms of not just ability, but in terms of form as well. So yeah. It's an interesting setup at the moment. Sunderland sitting 6th. So if we beat them, in theory, we could go above them in the table. In fact, we would go above them in the table because we've got a better goal difference than them already. So it's up to us to beat them to go 6th, dependent on the results, of course, as it always is. Anyway, first highlight, Janieva pops it forward, tries to find Rod, but doesn't, which is a bit disappointing. Kind of wish that it was Aaron Owen there, but he can't be everywhere, unfortunately, can the big man? But bouncing around, we've picked it back up. Janieva plays it forward to Robber again. Doesn't get to him once more. He's not the tallest lad in the world, is Sam. So he's not really the kind of one you want it to go to. So a bit disappointed they're not doing what I've been telling them to and actually giving it to the target man. And this is nice build-up play, but what a last-ditch tackle that is there from, I think it was Sutcliffe, in the end, to stop the ball from getting through and the Sunderland man getting a shot off. Very impressed with that. I've just noticed... No, sorry, yeah, we will definitely go above Sunderland if we win, because they'll go down to 32 points. We'll go up to 32 points. So yeah, we'll go above them. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart to think we weren't, but I mean, it's not going to happen at this rate, is it? Because we're 1-0 down. I'll be honest, that doesn't come as a significant surprise because we've not really offered anything so far. We've had 2 shots, none on target, not a huge amount of the ball. And yeah, not been the best of... Not the last few games haven't been great, is the simplest way I can put it. Zamora with a throw in though. McPhee heads it away. Diaz is hopefully going to get on the end of it, which he does. Tries to ping it out to Stretch Armstrong, which he does manage to do. Who's managed to get around the ball. Aaron Owen, oh my goodness me. What a stormer of an effort there. Stretch Armstrong pings the ball. I'm going to have to change that name to Stretch Armstrong in a minute on the nickname screen and get that sorted out. But pops it into Aaron Owen, who absolutely smashes it home. I stretched it really well to get past his man in the first place. Pops a ball back, and Aaron Owen doesn't need 2 attempts on that. Just absolutely twats the thing in. Excuse my French. And that puts us still within a chance of going above Sunderland if we can get another goal. Big thing is we stop them from scoring here, which we do because technically they don't score because they missed. So nothing to worry about there. I will change here, Oko Flex to Stretch Armstrong at half time. So let's go and see him. Why can't I click on his name? That's really annoying. I thought you could do that. We'll go through it this way then. Overview, set nickname, Stretch Armstrong. There we go. Because I'm getting bored. I'm getting frustrated of not being able to remember his name. I know he's on loan, but screw it. It's good fun. There he is, Stretch Armstrong appearing on the right hand side. Love to see it. That'll do for now. I think we'll go to the dressing room. Happy with the performance? I think we're the underdogs, so let's just tell them to go out there and give it a good old fist of it and see if we get on pump fists. Tell them we've got faith, as we always do. I say always do, most of the time. And we'll get up at the second half. And let's fire up the lads. Bit of light up under the bellies, or whatever the phrase is. And see how we get on in the second 45. We've actually levelled it out stats-wise, which is nice. Doherty's not really been playing too well, so we'll bring him off. Harry Owen's going to get another chance. Again, when he's played, he's not been great either. And I'm going to bring on Rowlands for Rodborough as well. It's a bit of a mouthful. And then we'll bring off Janyeva. We won't bring off Janyeva because we haven't got really anyone to replace him with. We'll bring on Sese instead of Zamora, just to switch him up as well and get him back into the swing of things. This is a little bit of a fruity little bit of interplay at the moment. I'm liking it, but I'm also a little bit worried because we're playing in a very awkward area. Stretch Armstrong's not updated that name just yet. Plays it through to Sam Perry, though. Can he... Oh, how has he not scored? That seemed like a gilt-edged chance. How has he not put that in the back of the net? Goodness me, it looks like it's going to end 1-1, which in the light of things, in the bigger picture, is actually a fairly decent result. So we'll take it, considering recent form. But that feels like an opportunity missed at the end there. We'll tell them we've done well to avoid defeat. But I feel like we've missed an opportunity. I really do. I feel like we probably should have been scored. Well, we should. I mean, Perry should have either cut that across or scored there. And he didn't. And as a result, we're going to be sitting at 9th after this run of games. Too many draws. Too many draws. You shouldn't be drawing more than you're winning and losing. That just seems like a bit too much for me. But I don't know. Frustrating, but we power through. We're still doing really well in consideration of things. And if we do get into... to be honest, if we just avoid relegation, of which we're 12 points clear of at the moment, that's a big step. I think that's kind of the that is the minimum aim. So we're going to have to run with that. In the next episode, I don't know what we'll come back for, to be honest. It might be that we'll come back for an FA Cup game. So maybe we'll come back for the Scunthorpe game. And then whoever we face up against in the first round of the FA Cup. I think that seems like a fair one. Scunthorpe being a team I've always had a soft spot for because they're my family team. And yeah, we'll come back for the FA Cup round as well. So we'll do that in the next episode. That will be on Friday. If you've enjoyed this one in the meantime, guys, you know what to do by now. Smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and welcome if you are. And always love to hear your thoughts in the comments, as we always do. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.